Bills Mafia, this team is always searching for ways to get better. Every move, every roster tweak, every decision is about making sure the Buffalo Bills are putting themselves in the best position to win. And after that wild Week 1 comeback over the Ravens, the Bills wasted no time making another big adjustment, this time on special teams. Today, we're diving deep into Buffalo's surprising switch at punter, the arrival of veteran Cameron Johnston, and what this all means for both Matt Prater and Tyler Bass moving forward. Before we break it all down, do me a quick favor. Smash that like button to support the channel, drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're new here, hit subscribe so you don't miss any exclusive Bills coverage all season long. All right, let's talk punters, kickers, and why the Bills are already making bold moves after just 1 week. So here's the headline. The Bills are signing veteran punter Cameron Johnston and waiving Brad Robbins after just 1 game. That's right, 1 week into the season, Buffalo is already moving on from their original punter plan. Robbins, who the team brought in after Sam Martin left for Carolina, lasted exactly 4 punts in the opener. He averaged just 39.5 yards per punt with a 38-yard net average. Not exactly the booming field position weapon the Bills were hoping for. Enter Cameron Johnston. The 9-year veteran has made a career out of being consistent and reliable. He spent 3 years with the Eagles, 3 years with the Texans, and most recently signed with the Steelers before suffering a season-ending knee injury last year. For his career, Johnston averages 47.3 yards per punt with a 42.2-yard net average. That's a major upgrade from what we saw out of Robbins last week. Now, Johnston gets a fresh start in Buffalo, his 4th NFL stop. And let me tell you, this is exactly the kind of under-the-radar signing that can quietly make a huge difference in close games. Now, some fans might shrug this off and say, it's just a punter. But let's be real, punting and field position have decided plenty of games in the Josh Allen era. Think back to some of those playoff battles with Kansas City. Every inch of field position mattered. And now that Buffalo is without their longtime punter Sam Martin, the margin for error is even smaller. Robbins didn't show the consistency McDermott demands, so the Bills didn't wait around. They acted fast, bringing in Johnston to solidify the position before it becomes a real problem. That tells me one thing. This coaching staff is not messing around this year. They know every single play could be the difference between hosting an AFC title game or watching it from home. According to reports, Johnston wasn't the only punter who got a look in Orchard Park. The Bills also auditioned Matthew Hayball and Ryan Stonehouse before deciding to sign Johnston. Stonehouse is a name some fans may remember. He's got a cannon for a leg, but is coming off a major knee injury himself. In the end, Buffalo went with the veteran they believe can handle the pressure of big game moments. And speaking of pressure, how about that moment from Matt Prater on Sunday night? Flying in midweek, practicing just twice with the team, and then drilling a game-winning 32-yard field goal in front of a roaring Highmark Stadium crowd? That's the stuff of legend. Bills Mafia has already embraced him, and some fans are asking the big question. Should Prater stay the starter even after Tyler Bass returns? Well, Sean McDermott was crystal clear. Bass is still the guy once he's healthy. He said, Tyler's our guy. He's been with us for years, he's done well, and we're going to help him get through this injury. So, here's the plan. Prater holds it down for at least the next 4 games while Bass is on IR. After that, Bass comes back as the starter. But let's be real. If Prater keeps nailing game winners and showing he's still got plenty left in the tank at age 41, the coaching staff might have some tough decisions down the road. As for Bass, it's been a frustrating offseason. What started as pelvic soreness turned into groin and hip injuries. He missed most of camp, played in the preseason finale, and then landed on IR before Week 1. Last year, Bass had some ups and downs early, but finished steady with an 82.8% field goal rate. That's solid, but not elite. And after watching Prater step in and instantly deliver one of the most clutch kicks in Bills history, you can bet fans will be keeping a close eye on this competition. So let's zoom out. In just 1 week, the Bills have already had to change their punter and their kicker. That's rare for a contender, and it shows how quickly things can shift in the NFL. Special teams isn't always flashy, but in Buffalo's case, it's been both a blessing and a curse. We've seen epic moments like last Sunday night. We've also seen heartbreak. Yes, I'm talking about that 13-second nightmare in Kansas City. The bottom line is, for the Bills to finally get over the hump and reach the Super Bowl, they can't afford inconsistency in the kicking or punting game. That's why these moves matter. Let's set the stage. The Bills were trailing 40-25 late in the fourth quarter. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry had controlled much of the night for Baltimore. The Ravens were grinding down the clock, and their win probability hit 99.1% with just minutes remaining. Think about that for a second. Statistically, it was already over. All they needed was a first down to end the game. But Sean McDermott's defense stood tall, stuffing Henry and forcing a punt. That one stop cracked the door open just enough for Josh Allen and the offense to take the field again. And that's when everything changed. After the game, offensive coordinator Joe Brady summed it up perfectly. I didn't think that was exactly how it was going to go, but them focusing and then not blinking, just knowing that as long as we got 17 and the guys in that locker room, as long as there's time on the clock, we got a chance. That's the heart of it right there. The Bills never looked at the scoreboard, never panicked, and never lost faith. Brady continued, "You're always trying to learn a lot about your team early in the season, and we found a way to win. We didn't look at the scoreboard, didn't blink, and found a way to go 1-0. That is the exact culture the Bills have been building under McDermott, and on Sunday night, it paid off in a way that nobody saw coming. Let's talk about Josh Allen. With 1.26 minutes left on the clock, Allen got the ball back down by 2. Cool as ever, he led a 13-play, 71-yard drive that will go down as one of the most clutch performances of his career. He picked apart the Ravens' defense with precision. He spread the ball around, used his legs when he had to, and kept the chains moving with the kind of confidence that only the league's MVP could have. And when the offense got into position, 41-year-old Matt Prater stepped up and drilled a 32-yard game-winning field goal. Just like that, from 99.1% dead to absolutely alive, the Bills had stolen a win out of the Ravens' hands. Let's not forget what Allen and the offense did before that final drive. In the last 5 minutes alone, the Bills scored 2 touchdowns and a game-winning field goal. That's 16 points in under 5 minutes of game time. That's not just resilience, that's championship DNA.
Stephon Diggs may be gone, but Allen has new weapons, young talent, and a system under Joe Brady that looks built for comebacks like this. When the pressure was highest, the offense didn't crack. They thrived. Now, while Allen will rightfully get most of the glory, let's give credit to McDermott's defense. With Derrick Henry lined up to close it out, the Ravens needed just 1 first down. Instead, Buffalo stuffed the run, forced the punt, and gave Allen one last chance. That's the complementary football McDermott preaches. One side of the ball sets the stage, and the other side delivers the finishing blow. Without that defensive stand, there is no comeback. So what does all this mean moving forward? First, it's proof that this Bills team has the resilience to overcome anything. Down 15 points with less than 5 minutes to go against a legit AFC contender, and they still found a way. Second, it shows that Joe Brady's message has already sunk in. This no-blink mentality isn't just a catchy phrase, it's a way of life for this locker room. And when you combine that belief with Josh Allen's talent, you get a team that's never out of any game. And finally, this win builds momentum. The kind of momentum that can carry a team through the grind of a long season. It tells the locker room we're never beaten until the final whistle. Now let's not forget the fans here. Some of you left the stadium early, we saw it. And hey, I don't blame you. At 40-25, with just minutes left, who would have believed? But for the fans who stayed, for the fans who never gave up, Highmark Stadium erupted like an earthquake when Prater's kick went through the uprights. That's the kind of moment you tell your kids about one day. And it's only week 1. So, Bills Mafia, what do you think? Did the team make the right call moving on from Brad Robbins so quickly? Do you believe Cameron Johnston will be a real upgrade at punter? And here's the big one. Should Matt Prater keep the starting job even when Tyler Bass returns? Or is Bass still your guy no matter what? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be reading every one of them. And before you head out, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our exclusive Bills coverage this season. Week 1 gave us drama, chaos, and a game-winning kick for the ages. Week 2 already has roster shakeups, and knowing this team, we're just getting started. Go Bills!